Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation on how to choose a partner wisely. This is a truly important topic that goes beyond surface qualities like attraction or shared interests. We'll explore how true partnership is about alignment, spiritually, emotionally, and morally. A good partner can support your growth and bring peace, or it can drain your energy and steer you away from your purpose. We'll be referencing the video, How to Choose a Partner Wisely, which offers a faith-based framework that resonates beyond just religion. It's a guide to discernment, peace, and inner clarity. Today, we'll break down the key signs to look for and provide both spiritual and psychological insights that can help you make wise choices in your relationships. I look forward to sharing this journey with you. When we talk about constant confusion and no peace, we're really highlighting a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. A healthy relationship is one that helps you feel calm and secure, not one that keeps your nervous system in a state of chaos. If being around someone makes you feel anxious, unsettled, or constantly second-guess yourself, those are strong signs that something is misaligned. It's important to recognize that peace isn't just a nice-to-have, it's essential for a truly healthy connection. When peace is missing, it often indicates underlying issues that need attention. So we need to pay close attention to how these feelings affect us and our overall well-being. On this slide, we're exploring what it means to sense an uneasy spirit within a relationship. When I talk about an uneasy spirit, I'm referring to that gut feeling or intuitive sense that something isn't quite right. It's that nagging feeling that maybe we're not fully at peace or that there's a lingering discomfort. From a psychological perspective, this uneasiness often points to underlying issues like unresolved conflicts, lack of trust, or emotional disconnects. It's important to pay attention to these feelings because they're signals from our subconscious that something might need addressing. Spiritually speaking, an uneasy spirit can be a sign that the relationship isn't aligned with our higher good or divine purpose. Sometimes, our intuition or even a higher power is warning us that this relationship may not be sustainable or healthy in the long run. Most importantly, recognizing this uneasiness helps us stay true to ourselves and our journey. It's about listening to that inner voice and understanding that feeling unsettled isn't just a passing emotion. It's a sign to reflect and possibly reevaluate whether this relationship truly serves our highest good. Sometimes, you can't quite explain it logically, but there's just something about a person that doesn't sit right with you. That feeling is actually discernment, your inner wisdom or the Holy Spirit trying to guide you. From a psychological perspective, our subconscious often picks up on subtle patterns of manipulation or danger before our rational mind even realizes what's happening. That gut feeling is really a built-in survival mechanism designed to keep us safe. Spiritually, if you notice that peace disappears when you're around someone, you should take that seriously. That unease isn't paranoia. It might actually be protection. Now, as we look at this idea of discernment, it's important to understand that sometimes our instincts act as a safeguard, helping us steer clear of situations that could be harmful. This is a key part of staying aligned with our purpose, listening to that inner voice and trusting it, especially when logic alone isn't enough. Let's talk about distraction from purpose. The right partner should actually help push you toward your highest self, not pull you away from it. If someone is constantly distracting you from your core values, your spiritual growth, or your personal mission, it's a sign they might be sabotaging your destiny. From a psychological perspective, distraction can take many forms: peer pressure, enabling bad habits, or encouraging you to abandon your goals. Spiritually, relationships that are aligned with your purpose tend to sharpen you, helping you stay focused. But when a relationship is misaligned, it can blur your clarity and dilute your focus. So, it's important to recognize those distractions and understand that sometimes rejection can actually be a form of redirection, guiding us toward the right path. Sometimes, no matter how hard we try, things just won't go as planned. Plans might collapse, communication can break down, and opportunities we hoped for might vanish. But here's the key: this isn't always just bad luck. Often, it can be divine intervention guiding us in a different direction. From a psychological perspective, failed connections or setbacks can actually help us clear the way for healthier, more meaningful relationships or opportunities. It's It's like making space for something better to come along. Spiritually, we can see rejection not as punishment, but as redirection. Trusting that truth allows us to view endings not as finales, but as new beginnings. Now, moving into this idea of repeated warnings, sometimes we get those subtle nudges over and over again, signaling that something needs our attention. Recognizing these repeated signs can help us stay aligned with our true path and prevent bigger setbacks down the road. Let's talk about blocked growth. You know, life rarely takes away people from us without giving some warning first. Those red flags often show up in subtle ways, through dreams, gut feelings, or advice from someone we trust. But all too often, we tend to ignore those signals. From a psychological standpoint, repeating negative patterns is a clear sign that something isn't compatible with our true selves. When we dismiss these red flags, we're just delaying the inevitable pain that comes with continued misalignment. From a spiritual perspective, these warnings are acts of mercy. They're there to protect us. Ignoring them might seem like avoiding conflict in the moment, but it actually leads to greater suffering down the line. The key is to listen early, to recognize those signals, and to honor them. Doing so allows us to grow instead of staying stuck, and it preserves our future well-being. Remember, growth often requires us to face uncomfortable truths, but it's through that process that we truly evolve. When our growth feels blocked, it's often because we're stuck around someone who holds us back, whether spiritually, emotionally, or professionally. It's like hitting a wall that we just can't seem to get past. From a psychological perspective, toxic relationships are a big part of this. They trap us in cycles of dependency, insecurity, or simply wasting time that we could be investing in ourselves. These relationships can keep us stuck in patterns that prevent us from moving forward. From a spiritual perspective, it's important to remember that God doesn't want us entangled with people who stunt our progress. Growth requires us to let go of those who hinder us, even if that's difficult. Sometimes, releasing these people is necessary for us to truly advance and find peace. And that's what this slide is about. When we do decide to let go, peace often returns. It's like clearing out the clutter, making space for new opportunities and blessings to come in. So, the key takeaway here is that letting go of those who block our growth isn't just about ending relationships. It's about opening the door to peace and progress in our lives. When they leave, peace often returns to our hearts. It might not happen immediately, and at first, separation can feel painful. But over time, you'll notice your spirit feels lighter, freer from the emotional weight. From a psychological perspective, relief after a breakup shows us that the relationship was more draining than it was nourishing. It's a sign that letting go was necessary for our well-being. Spiritually, peace is also God's seal of approval. When that sense of calm and reassurance comes, we can trust that the release was part of His plan for our restoration. The bigger lesson here is that sometimes, letting go is the key to healing and renewal. It's about trusting the process, knowing that peace is a sign we're on the right path towards wholeness. When we look at the bigger picture of relationships, it's important to understand that not everyone is meant to stay in our lives forever. Some people come into our experience to teach us a lesson. Others might be distractions that pull us away from our purpose, and a few are truly lifelines guiding us toward our destiny. Choosing a partner wisely isn't just about surface qualities. It's about tuning into both your inner spirit and the evidence around you. Pay attention to the signs you feel inside and the reality you see. They both hold valuable clues. When God or your inner wisdom removes someone from your life, it's not rejection, it's protection. It's about safeguarding your journey and your growth. The real challenge comes when we cling to what's fading, instead of trusting that something better awaits us. True partnership should never rob you of peace, drain your spirit, or distract you from your purpose. Instead, it should uplift you, strengthen your spirit, and align you with your highest calling. And that, ultimately, is the standard we should hold ourselves to when choosing who stays in our life. Trust that wisdom, and remember that the right relationships will always support your growth and purpose.